Heyo, we're going to build a garden dashboard in Notion, y'all. This video is going to be on the garden tasks section of this here page. You want to have, before you get in there and start doing things, you start building stuff, you want to have a vision for what it is that you're going to be building in Notion. There's a Bible principle that applies to Notion as well as anything else in life, found in Proverbs: where there is no vision, the people perish. So you want to have a vision for what it is that you're going to be building, what it is that you're going to be working on. So consider, what's the purpose? Well, what do you want? What's the purpose of what it is that you're going to be building? What kind of information do you want to collect or have in this whatever it is that you're building? What do you want it to? What kind of information do you want to be able to see at a glance? And if you're on Notion, you're probably going to be doing a database, right? Because databases are a big part of Notion. So you want to consider what kind of database would best suit your needs. I'm going to go with a board for this one. Boards are good for projects. Boards are good for visually organizing things based on status, based on sequence, based on a category, or based on categories. And when you craft the vision, when you write things out, it can be simple. It can be simple. It does not have to be elaborate and detailed. I've got some simple stuff here written down. Board with projects and recurring responsibilities. I want this to have. I want this board view. So I've already determined that it's going to be a board view, and I want it to, it's going to be organized by projects and recurring, or organized by, I want to be able to see projects and recurring responsibilities. And then here you see person property for people who are interested in a project or assigned a recurring responsibility. So with that, you'll be able to see, or with that, I'll be able to see who is assigned and assign people to projects, and then maybe have dates or deadlines for the projects. Distant deadlines discourage action, and work expands according to the time allotted. So having deadlines is good, but anyway, it's not a very elaborate vision for this garden tasks thing. Let's get into it, shall we? So let's create an inline board. It's going to be a new database, and then let's title it garden tasks. But as you can see right here, this, what the board gives us by default is they pretty much look, with the not started, in progress, completed thing, that already covers the projects part. If I want to do recurring responsibilities, just add a recurring tag or whatever right there, and bam. So now it's a board with projects. You can consider this projects not started, projects in progress, projects completed, and recurring responsibilities, which we can put over there. So now we can organize things. That's not, say, wait, hold up. Let's call this something, mow the lawn. That's a recurring thing we can put in the recurring, under the recurring tag. And assign, look, it already has the assign thing. So person property for people who are interested in a project or assigned a recurring responsibility. People, this is pretty much who's responsible for this. And I'm usually the one who mows the lawn. There's somebody here who's willing to help with that, but it's usually me. It's usually me who does it. Now, if I want to have the dates or deadlines for the project, simply I could add the property here. Well, I could change it. I've already added a property here, but I can change it. Edit, type, date, and rename it into deadline. And boom. So now we could say Friday, boom. Not that I'm gonna do that on Friday, maybe, but example. So I can move this over to recurring. That's a recurring task. I could call this one could call this one sprinklers, and assign someone to that. I usually do that too. And then say water the plants, which I also usually do. And then weed around the plants, or weed the plants, weed around them, whatever. And well, anyway, those are some recurring things, some examples. So we've got a board with projects and recurring responsibilities. We've got a person property for people who are, well, we've got a person property, and maybe have dates or deadlines for the projects. We already have that. Now, let's, there's a date set here, but I don't see the date at a glance. So let's, and also let me create, well, let's do this. So let me create one of these things. Let's say we've got some recurring responsibilities here, but how about a project? So trim the ivy. And then let me get my phone here and upload an image. All right, it's uploaded. It's not really showing. Oh, okay. So there it is. As you can see, there's some overgrowth there that needs to be tended to. So there we go. Trim the ivy. Now, watch this. If I want to be able to see. Oh, well, I can do this. So card preview, page content, boom. So now that image, that photo that I put there can be seen at a glance. And if we go to properties, let's put deadline up there as shown in board, or under shown in board. So there we go. Now we can see the project, or let's assign me as an example. I'm probably going to be doing this, or at least be involved with it. And then say Friday, for example. So now we see the image, we see the project, we see a person assigned to it, we see the deadline. So there we go. And I could add another one here. Pull weeds. Pull weeds in the raspberry bush area, or whatever you want to call it. You're going to be able to see it soon. This photo doesn't reflect exactly what it looks like right now, but you can get an idea of the situation. And it like these weeds could be taken care of anyway. This is the raspberry plant, bush, shrub, whatever you want to call it, over here. That's where the raspberries grow. But anyway, yeah, this area needs some work. So we have these two projects. We can say not started on those. And then, well, actually, I did something in this area, so let's just leave it in progress. Anyway, so this thing, as it is right now, this database pretty much accomplishes what I want it to accomplish. Board with projects and recurring responsibilities, person property, deadlines. We got them. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. So this was pretty simple. Like the board, when it was created, like the default stuff that it gave me pretty much was most of it. I added a deadline property and had the content, change this card preview setting to page content, and added a recurring thing, this recurring tag. over here, and this is pretty much done. You can like change the card size. You can have the image fit. You can change what it's grouped by, but I want it to be grouped by projects and recurring. So like project status, I'm fine with how it's organized right now. So this database, like, it wasn't something very elaborate, it wasn't something very like complex, and it doesn't have to be. Like, these things don't have to be complex, they don't have to be elaborate. This thing as it is pretty much serves the purpose that I want it to serve. And it's okay that it's simple, and if people want, like, if somebody suggests an update or has an idea, I can update this. That's absolutely fine. You just don't be paralyzed by thinking that you have to have something really complex, fancy, elaborate. It can be simple like this. This pretty much accomplishes what I wanted to accomplish, and if somebody gives ideas, suggestions, or something, I can implement them later. When you build something in Notion, you can start off simple, and then as you see that you want something changed or something added, or somebody gives you a suggestion or an idea, or as you put it to use and things maybe don't work out as you thought they would, like, you can change things. The database can grow with you. You can change things. The database can grow with you. You can update it. But anyway, this is pretty much it for this garden tasks thing. Maybe I could add an icon. That's pretty much it for this. Thanks for watching, and see ya.